rolling, boy. I been up, man. What you talking about, man? Been up, man. My alarm go out 5 o'clock. What are you talking about?
Wake up, man. You dump
I'm
your face
wide
in
awake,
you
man.
dump your face in some ice water this morning.
No, I ain't do that. I ain't do that. So, I've been hearing that like recently. People be doing that a lot.
Hey, that was
Or
new
is
to
that
me.
just a talking thing?
I can't speak for everybody. I ain't gonna lie. I was just somebody, some influencer. He was waking up four in the morning, 4:30
I've
in the
heard
morning.
it before, but like I've heard versions of it. Like so, I've heard like getting in the ice tub, taking cold showers, and then I've heard also the ice bath before. But like I've been hearing it lately. Like I guess it is the influencer. Like people got them talking, but yeah,
In the morning, you heard of people doing that first thing in the morning.
yeah,
Oh, I ain't heard that.
yeah. I know people that do ice baths in the morning, like first thing in the morning. I don't have a like if I had like an outdoor one that I could just keep ice in and like keep it cold and just hop in, I would do it. But I gotta get ice, put it in the tub, you feel me? Like I don't feel like doing all that in the morning, so
Mm.
like I don't do it. But or I would like because I go on a little morning walk slash jog in the morning, um, and like I would do it after that. But yeah, the ice I ain't never did the ice on the over the face thing. I never did that. I have taken cold showers before in the morning, just to like wake you up. Like as soon as you wake up in the morning, go take a cold shower, like or just like let the cold water hit you and then get going. That definitely will get you going. But I'll be good in the morning. Honestly, I get up and I'll be rolling. Like it take me a couple minutes and then go outside, go on my little walk, run, and shoot. By the time I get back, I'm locked in. Locked in. You got a morning routine?
I use hot water for real. Like I ain't really. Sometimes I might use the cold water, but like, especially, I might use the cold water like off the wake up. But once
Right.
I wake up and I'm actually like getting ready, doing my face, my hair and stuff, like I be using hot water. It be hot too,
Yeah.
where the steam be coming up. I ain't never used no ice water. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not to dump my face in. I drink ice water though, early in the morning.
It's supposed to be good, don't you think? I might go do some ice water after this.
Hey,
I might go do it after this.
learn
Man, you
something
like my
new.
fit? You like the little Hawaiian shirt? I had brought the Hawaiian shirt. It's nice weather out today, so I said, let me throw the Hawaiian shirt on for him, man.
That's Uncle Key, man.
You feel me? Let me throw the Hawaiian shirt on him. I ain't put a Hawaiian shirt on in a minute, man. The weather, though. So I
Let's
said,
see what the weather
yeah.
here gonna be today.
You know what I mean?
Okay, it'll be 74.
Yeah.
74, man.
Real sunny outside. Got the ban they banning the burning outside, but I'm about to go burn outside anyway. I got burn some boxes, but you know,
Man, they banned burning outside?
yeah, you ain't hear about it. All
No.
this stuff going on, these wildfires and people's houses on fire, man.
Man,
Crazy. I don't know if I told you the house literally is not in this neighborhood, but it's in the neighborhood next to us, right over the fence. But it was like lit, like you could see it, and it was on fire. This was a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
oh,
crazy.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
very crazy. Because if
like
you.
the whole house, like flames, big flames. All the fire trucks was over there.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, it was insane. And I just seen one yesterday. Somebody in somebody's backyard, but it looked like it was just a tree or a fence or something. Like it was in between like people's houses, and like it was a big fire too. Well, it wasn't big, but it was a fire. There. But yeah, man, fires, man. They say it's dry out here.
Crazy. If you heard all the stuff I heard this past week, you would know that was crazy right there.
Yeah.
About the fires, that's crazy. But I ain't gonna get into it up here. But yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Fires. Um. Yeah, you been good though. Man. Everything good?
Yeah, man, I've been straight, man. I've been blessed for real. You know, I can't complain.
I got you.
Wake up every morning, you
Hey,
get to it. You
you get to wake up every morning in good health. Hey, that's the
know,
that's
all
the
I can
lottery
ask
ticket
for.
right there. That's the
Look,
lottery ticket right there.
little brother cussed me out because I won't buy him no more VC.
Mm.
Boy, these kids is gone, Keeve. I'm telling you, they gone.
Hey,
They gone.
I had, I ain't even gonna get into it, but boy, I be trying not to do it, but these kids, man, they make you have to really sit them down and be like, yo, listen here,
Come on. Talk,
like,
about talk to her like a grown man for real. Like,
dog, I be hard on Jeremiah sometimes, man, but boy, I sometimes he need it. I'm like, yo, listen here, look at me.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but yeah, these
I,
kids, boy, they something else.
I went down there, you feel me? And I caught myself being nice. He
Mm-hmm.
got 2K. I got him a little $20 little pass, so
Yeah, get them going.
he got some VC, he got some shoes, a
Yeah.
little mascot, whatever. He trash. He
Mm-hmm.
trash. So it's like, that's really all he need because he
Yeah,
trash.
yeah.
So I mean, every day since then, like he called my phone. He literally called my phone. He ain't never called my phone this much.
And try to
Like
get
he
that PC. Yeah.
FaceTiming back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Can you buy me VC? As soon as I start a PlayStation party with my boys,
He coming
Josh,
in there.
can you buy me VC? I'm telling him no. It's not even like I'm giving him hope. I'm telling him no every
Yeah.
time. And then every time it's you don't even do nothing. You sit on your butt. You don't even. I got on him one time. But I don't be like, I'm gonna see him in person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really talk to him. But I don't be trying to sit and talk to him over these phones and over the game and stuff.
Yeah.
He not gonna feel me when I get in his face.
They know better. Don't even call my phone about nothing like that, boy. And first of all, I ain't even gonna answer. I see you when I see you. But if I do answer, if you don't get off my phone,
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna get off my phone. Like, but yeah,
crazy.
that's insane. But I never got into that. Like, I done seen too many people get into that. Like, start buying the VCs and the V Bucks and the this and that. Yeah, no. If I do it, I'm just gonna do it, and it's gonna be that, and I ain't gonna say nothing about it, and it's gonna be over with. Because if you do it, and then they think, oh, they can come and get some. No.
Mm-mm.
This ain't. This is a one time thing. They don't ask me, oh, can you get? No. Maybe your birthday, maybe something like that. Other than that, good luck.
That's another thing. His birthday next week. He talking about, I get my early birthday present. I don't want to wait. Boy, I'm telling you, they different. They different, man. I was talking to my grandma over there because she talking about they just like us, like we was little. We
ain't had no VC anyway.
I never even brought my game over there to their house, like never. I didn't even have my own system.
Yeah.
I didn't have my own system till I was about in Charlotte. Like I'm grown at that point. And
but also the gaming world was different.
yeah, exactly.
You bought the game and that was it.
Exactly.
It wasn't no more. Like it was very few games that you had to buy anything else with it. But those weren't even on what we was playing. Like when we was on the Cube or the Xbox or the Play, like none of that stuff was. All that DLC stuff was PC.
Exactly.
And we wasn't on that.
And not
The
at
only
all.
things I used to play on PC was like the roller coaster game, build a roller coaster. I wasn't buy no DC or that. Build a little roller coaster. You can get up out of there.
Yeah, man.
You feel me?
All you really need, if you ask for anything for the game, was a new controller.
That's it.
That's
I
it.
get a new controller, thumbstick, start messing. You have to deal with thumbstick for about a month or two. You gotta hold it sideways just to get the thumbstick right. Yeah, man, them kids don't know nothing about it. They got 6, 7 controllers, man, and they don't even play with each other. They play all at their own houses, and they got 6, 7 controllers. You used to have to go sit on the same TV and play the game together.
Yep.
And then they had the little link the Xboxes up, so one person might be in one room, the other, you feel me? Like, or you had the Halo matches, you feel me? Like, but, yeah, man, they don't understand. They don't understand, man.
They don't even know, man. He called himself talking junk to me.
He was talking to you?
These
kids be, hey, I ain't gonna get into it.
I called him broke. I did. I called him broke.
You called the kid broke?
You called him broke. What are you talking about? Well, I sit around all day. Well, my bill's paid. You broke. You asking me for money.
That's what you call him?
I call him broke. He is broke. If you wanna be like that, all right. So since I sit around all day, then you over here broke asking me for money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
man, these kids wild, man.
That's the stuff I be having to deal with, man.
Yeah, it come with it, man. It come with it.
If it ain't one thing, it's another.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, and one more thing before we get into this, right? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and start the show. What episode is this, man? What episode?
It's number 12, right?
This number big 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I feel like I'm a vet now. I feel like I'm a vet in this now. You feel me? Cause it's been 12 episodes, but after you do it for a while, like even just in that 12 episodes, from doing it the first time to doing it now, like you feel like, all right, I'm a little bit more comfortable in how to, do this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But it's episode 12, man, and it's an amazing day outside, or at least for me. I don't know about him. He be acting like the weather don't be nice, but it's a nice day, sunny, real sunny out. It's gonna be, what is it? What did you say? It's gonna be 70 something. It's gonna be in the 70s. It's gonna be in the 70s. I hope everybody go outside, get a little sunlight in your eyeballs. Get you some ice water, right? Ice water.
Yeah.
Ice water on
bowl.
the face.
Put it in the bowl.
Put it in the bowl. Splash. You feel me? Get a little ice water on your face. Go get some sunlight in your eyeballs. Get a little movement. Move your body a little bit. You feel me? And let's enjoy your day. Enjoy your day, man. But it's your boy Keeve, and I got a lot. Well, I ain't really got a lot to say, but I am very prepared for this episode. Let me just say that, because he was telling me about a whole bunch of stuff, so I've been doing some research. I've been researching, but we gonna get into all that, man. I'm here with my co-host, the scummiest. People is on your head too about your Kendrick Lamar take with the halftime show. I don't know if you saw them comments. I was trying to defend it a little bit, but boy, it was on your noggin.
You trying to defend me? I don't even believe that.
I tried to defend the show because they lumped us together. They lumped us together in a couple different instances, but we can get into that as well if you want to. But it's Mr. Muhammad over there, man. 1562. What's up, legend, man? Let them know what's up. What's up?
Man.
What's up?
Mr. Smith. Yeah. Mr. Smith on the scene, man. It's your boy, man. I want to say what's up. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah.
I already know. Hey, if y'all really go on the YouTube and see the clips, the thumbnails and stuff, I'm public enemy number 1. Like,
dog.
Like, you feel me?
And they lump me in with it.
The hate come with it,
They lump me in with it.
You gotta be prepared, man. So I don't even trip. You already know they gonna hate one way or another. I'm not accustomed to that. I done heard everybody got something to say. So,
hey.
The way you put me on them thumbnails, it don't even matter for real. Like,
I do it to me too, though. It
do not be the same. It don't be nowhere the same.
But you be having the takes. You be having the takes that I'll be looking at. It's like, For real?
Some stuff you be putting up there, I don't even say.
No, but you say like it might not be verbatim word for word, but it's a take that you had.
I don't know. Some of that be
You gonna have to show me which one that ain't a take. You be having them takes.
I'll go. For example, you put the Hornets one up there. You said, in a few years, the Hornets will win a championship.
You said that they could, if they got healthy, that they could run and make a run in the playoffs. Yes or no?
So so what you said right there and what you put on that thumbnail is two different things.
Dog, it's the same thing.
It's
content, bro.
It's exaggerated. It's exaggerated.
A little bit, but not much. Like if they start making a run in the playoff, I promise you gonna be sitting over here, bro. We could win the championship. You see Alabama, you see them, boy. That's what you gonna be saying, right or wrong.
But
if they make a run in the playoffs, right or wrong.
You said we will, and you had me up there.
Because that's your take. I didn't say it. Did I say it?
So I said we will win a championship.
You believe it?
I'm a fan, but my take was we would make a playoff run, like you just said. That's what it said.
And in that playoff run, you gonna be the same person saying, "Boy, we could actually do this."
We might. You don't know, nigga. Man,
okay, so what's wrong with me going ahead and just speaking it into existence for you?
You said, dang. Let me say it. What's wrong with you speaking something in existence for me is crazy.
All I did was actually I didn't speak it. I just typed it for you. I just typed it. I knew what you meant. You feel me? Yeah. That's it. I just knew what you meant, man.
Yeah, so I'm not used. I'm not. That hate don't really do nothing to me. It's common now.
But yeah, they was on your noggin though, man. They was on your noggin about the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. They ain't like that. Man, they did not like that halftime show.
They should have put Wayne on the stage. And I say it again, they should have put Wayne on the stage.
So you doubling down?
Yeah.
I ain't putting this. I can't put this.
Hell yeah.
And then they was on. They was calling us. They was calling us Trump lovers. I said, what clip did you watch? And then I said, we Trump lovers. I just was asking a question. I was like, what are we talking about? I don't even remember what was the clip? Man, let me look up the clip. But yeah, that's literally what they said. That's literally what
That's really, I know that's your fault. I'm gonna be real. I know.
I'm sure it was my fault.
I know it
but is. I'm just letting you know what they said.
And now you getting me.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what they said. They said, man, where'd it go? Oh, what a load of nonsense! This is Jeff 2558. What a load of nonsense! Both of y'all should apply to work at the White House. Although you may be in love with Trump, he does not care about black people. First of all, ain't nobody on this show saying he cares about black people. But I told him, I said, I appreciate you saying we should work at the White House. I appreciate that. I get you got some type of respect for us, but nobody said they love Trump over it. Like, and I think this goes back to the reason. Like, it's either you gotta hate Trump in everything that he does, or you gotta love Trump in everything that he does. Like, there's no middle ground whatsoever. If you say, okay, I agree with this one thing that happened, now it's you love Trump and you should work at the White House. Like, what?
First of all, loving the president, I don't know if that's got enough to do with working at the White House anyway.
Yeah. But you know, that's just what, yeah.
But I know he was talking about you for real. Like, you got me lumped in with your little nonsense.
You got me lumped in with your nonsense.
Hey, because Wayne should have performed. I wouldn't have seen Lil Wayne in Raleigh too. He should have been on that Super Bowl. I'm gonna be real.
Oh, and let me look at which clip that was. Let me make sure.
Lil Wayne up there, man.
And that was just the Trump terror things. I didn't even say nothing positive. All I said was it might not be as bad as what people think it is. That's literally all I said.
That's
Huh?
your boy, Key. That's your boy. Don't you?
Okay, that's my boy, man. Listen, we gonna talk more about him later, man. But what I first wanted to hit was
Let's start
because,
with
and we're only gonna talk about him later because you wanted to talk about him later. So I watched a lot of stuff to figure out what is going on, which I still ain't even caught all the way up. Like, cause I don't know what's still going on with the Mexico stuff, but I caught up on a lot of stuff in the Ukraine stuff and like some of the other countries and Canada and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna say that for later. But
let's do
I
the
want to tell you. Let me tell you. I want to say this before we get deep into it. The intros when you was talking all that junk the other day. So I haven't been able to go through all the episodes yet, right?
It's only
But I
it's
did.
10 of them.
No. I did all of them. So even the ones on unreleased. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of them because the other one didn't like it didn't show like the full episode for some reason, but it wasn't a release one. But there's 12 ones that we have pretty much majority of the episode, right? If not the whole episode. And out of those 12s, there was just this is just introing the show. So introing the show, there was no intro one time because we was that one time we was just flowing. We was just flowing, and I kept saying, I was like, bro, we ain't even intro the show, and we just kept going. But there was that one time, which was episode 9, we didn't intro the show. You introed 2 episodes.
That don't even sound
Episode this so on the which I don't know how this happened, but if you go to the YouTube channel, there's 2 episode 5s. The second episode 5, you intro. The first episode 5, I intro. So the second episode 5 you introed. In episode 7, you intro. Episode 1, that was me. Episode 2 that didn't come out, that was me as well. But the episode 2 that actually came out was me, and that was when there was 3 of us. Episode 3 when it was 3 of us, I introed that. Episode 4 that didn't came out because you kept talking about all these ones that didn't come out and it will make it changes. Episode 4 that didn't come out, I did that one as well. And then that was when it was 2 of the 5s, which I don't know why one of them. I don't know why I did that, but the episode 5, like I said before, was me. And then episode 8 I introed. Episode 10 I introed, which was at the church, and then episode 11 because you said, "Oh, you can leave." So yeah, I smoked your boots, and we gonna go through. And I ran through the episode 11, which it wasn't in the stuff that we was talking about. But I ran the episode 11 through the AI thing. I smoked your boots, man. I smoked your boots. But I just want to let you know where the research. I got it down on the paper where the research was at.
You might have to go through and look because your system that you be using be heavily favored. I'm gonna be real.
No.
And you going off. I said lead the show, and you talking about
that was a part of leading
a part of it.
You specifically.
It was a part of it.
Yes, and I'm going to go through all the other ones. I said I only had time to go through one part. We're gonna go through all of them.
When I brought up the unreleased shows, that was definitely about.
But the dress, it was about the best dress. And on some of the unreleased shows, you was in sweats and honey with me. So I don't even know what you talking about with that. Now there was 2 of them, but one of them it wasn't the full thing, which was the one that I was talking about. And then there was another one that you was dressed and I wasn't. But on one of the other ones, you was looking just like me.
I wore a hoodie one time. Now all of a sudden,
and that was the one. That's what I'm telling you. So. Really, you only got 2 of the unreleased ones that's in your favor.
Wow.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. But let's roll. Let's what was you about to say? I cut you off. What was you about
I was gonna say, man, March Madness is rolling now. If we don't make
Facts.
projection now. We might as
Facts.
well wait till next year because
Facts.
they rolling.
Yeah, let's start on the men's side. First of all, Carolina. Yo. Which this is the last time I'm gonna speak on it until next year. A basketball team at least. Y'all motherfuckers do the same. I've been saying this for how many weeks? Y'all play bad one half and you play good the other half. Y'all gotta. He can't go in the next year doing this.
Mm-mm.
They got y'all sit home, and I had y'all picked over Ole Miss. And now, because I actually was a fan of Ole Miss, I actually liked Ole Miss game, but I was like, Carolina could get them, which they could get them if they played the way they were supposed to play. But
You need to grab a board them last 4 minutes. You need to get a
yeah,
board.
something. But yeah, Carolina went home. Just running through some of this one. St. John's fell. Arkansas, Clemson blew it. They blew it. I don't even know what the team name was, McKenzie or whatever. They blew it. But yeah, man. We going into the Sweet 16. Who you got going in the Elite Eight?
Arkansas do look good. Coach Cal, he ain't have a weak schedule either. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna pick Arkansas.
You got Arkansas?
Florida about lost to UConn, and I don't know. They didn't convince me. I know I got them in the Final Four, but they about lost to UConn for real.
UConn tough though, boy. It was tough. UConn said they should have got it.
Yeah.
Did you hear what the coach said after?
Yeah, he was mad. They got him under investigation. They talking about he done went on a rant. Yeah, cussing. Yeah. He told him.
Hey, he was cussing in there. He was in there cussing. So you got Arkansas over Texas Tech.
Yeah.
You got Florida over Maryland.
Oh, that's tough. No. I'm gonna pick Maryland.
Maryland, okay. Tennessee, Kentucky.
Tough. I'm gonna pick Kentucky. Let's pick Kentucky.
Houston, Purdue.
Houston.
What's the other game?
Duke got Arizona too, don't they?
Yeah, Duke, Arizona.
Arizona.
Alabama, BYU.
Alabama gonna win that.
Auburn, Michigan.
Auburn, but Michigan, it's gonna be closer than I feel like people gonna give credit for.
And Ole Miss, Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Okay. See, I don't know how I feel about that game, the Ole Miss Michigan State game, because in my bracket that I originally made, I had Michigan State beating Carolina in this game, but Ole Miss has been rolling, and I don't know.
They barely beat Carolina. They ain't been rolling.
They barely beat Carolina, but then they stomped Iowa State.
I mean, Michigan State is a good team though, and I feel like
I ain't saying Michigan State ain't a good team.
I feel like just off of how Carolina matched up against Ole Miss, Michigan State can match up against Ole Miss like
I ain't saying
the same and be more consistent. I'm gonna be real, that's really all it is. If Carolina was consistent, Carolina would have won. But
yeah.
But
So I got in my Elite Eight, this is what I wrote down. So I'm gonna stick by what I wrote down in this paper. I got Auburn, Duke, Ole Miss, Alabama, Florida, Houston, Tennessee, Texas Tech. In my bracket, I got Michigan State. But in what I just wrote down based on what I've seen so far, I got Ole Miss.
You think Duke gonna beat Arizona? You know Arizona beat them this year already.
Yeah, I think that Duke gonna get them.
Let's be real. They got that Duke killer over there, Caleb Love. I mean, that's all he do is kill Duke, and he coming off 29.
Yeah, he might kill him. He might kill him. I ain't gonna be mad at it. He ain't gonna see me crying about it whatsoever. I promise you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be mad at it. But yeah, that's who I got, man. That's who I got. That's who I got. Let's move over to the women's. Your girl
Women's was,
Juju.
yeah, that
We
hurt.
gotta start there.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt. I saw the
Gone.
news late last night.
ACL.
Alright, dang, boy.
She probably gonna miss the beginning of next season too.
That's tough. That's
Yeah,
tough because
because
that.
9 months. 9 months, that put her in, shoot, the end of the year.
Yeah.
December, so she probably ain't gonna be back. January, February? Late, mid to late January, February, depending on when they get surgery. Because it's the end of March too, so you probably looking at best February or January. You're more likely, even if she comes back January, it's gonna be limited, very limited. She probably ain't gonna be hitting her stride until March.
Crazy.
That's tough. Like, this is probably the worst time to have this injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this late in the season. Because, one, you got to get surgery. You got to, so however long that takes. Like, you got to go ahead and get the surgery done. And then just the rehab, like, and then to build the confidence back. That's tough, man. That's tough. Yeah, man. But prayers out to her, man. That was unfortunate. Unfortunate. Especially, man, because they could have made a run. Definitely could have made a run. I was looking forward to Juju versus Paige because Paige is putting belt to it. Like I told you, you was talking all that stuff. Paige is putting you was don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Be for real. Like, are we serious? Like, them teams is beating girls by 50. Like, can we get into the competition first before we just start throwing out all this stuff? Like, golly.
Okay.
The score is 104-30. Like, what?
There's a reason. But
they weren't the only ones. I tell you that.
Kentucky falls on the heartbreaker. Boy, you see it?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be real. When they went and took that last shot before overtime,
yeah,
that girl should have passed the rock. She went on 3 people. She ain't even looked to pass.
I ain't mad at it.
She could. Hey,
I ain't mad at it because she got him there.
I mean,
she got him there. If we gonna go out, I'm gonna put it in your hands. You are senior. You've been leading us the whole season. Whatever decision you make, I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna live with it. I gotta live and die by it. And boy, the bounce on the rim twice with the buzzer going off. Oh my lord, that's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker. Little float, because you can't get a better shot than that. With 2 seconds left, you don't get no better. A little baseline floater. Hey boy, yeah, that's tough. But let's go ahead and go through these games, man. Sweet 16. All the teams that I said that could make it still in that thing, though. In the Final Four?
Yeah.
The Sweet 16, first game, UCLA, Ole Miss. I got UCLA. Clear.
Yeah.
I got them clear. Yo girl, LSU, NC State. It's gonna be a tough one.
It's not gonna be tough. It's not.
Oh my!
I know you see Flage out there. Them girls is hooping. It's not gonna be tough.
So you don't think it's gonna be tough?
Are we serious? NC State about lost to who they play?
Do you not think it's gonna be tough at all?
No, I don't think it's gonna be tough.
Dang, double digit win?
Yeah.
10 plus?
10 plus.
I'm gonna take NC State then.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
come
take
up here
NC
and be
State.
wrong if you want to.
I'm gonna take NC State. I don't think either one of them gonna beat UCLA, but I'm taking NC State.
No, we didn't beat LSU. Beat UCLA.
I'm saying in the Elite Eight, I don't believe either one of them gonna beat UCLA. All right.
Let's go to the next game, man.
USC versus Kansas State.
I still got USC.
You got USC?
USC, the team is still tough. I'm gonna be real. They center.
I believe the team's tough. I believe the team's tough. I like Kiki. I like some of the pieces they got. It's gonna be a tough one though, man.
They got some
State,
nice
they got,
freshmen. Didn't they get the number one freshman this year? They got like number one and number three.
Number one? Who's the number one?
I don't know her name.
I don't think she was the number one. Because number one was Sarah Strong that went to UConn. Yeah, she was number one. And then number two was Joyce Edwards. That's at South Carolina. But they did get a top class. Like, their class was crazy.
Yeah.
The class was definitely crazy. I don't know how I feel about this one. Because Yoko or Yoke Lee, the big for Kansas State, nice. She nice. Yeah, if it was Kentucky there, I would go Kentucky, but it's Kansas State. I'm going with USC. I'm going to say USC is going to make it. Oklahoma, UConn. You know who I got. You know who I got.
Who you
Clear. Clear, too.
Oklahoma?
Huh?
Who you got?
You know who I got.
Tell the people
UConn.
who you got.
UConn.
Okay.
Paige Beckers. Putting belt to it. I got it clear. 15 plus. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Who you got?
I got UConn.
Okay. Okay. South Carolina, Maryland. South Carolina, clear for me. Clear.
Yeah. Alabama had a heartbreaker too against Maryland.
Yep. Yeah, that was crazy, and crazy. Duke, North Carolina, Sweet 16, prime time. What we doing?
I got Carolina.
You got Carolina? I want to say Carolina too, man. But Duke is good. Like, they're really good. Like, really good.
I got Carolina.
I'm gonna go Carolina. I'm gonna stick with the squad, man. I'm gonna go Carolina, man. Carolina versus Carolina in the Elite Eight, man. That's what I got. And the last two games is Texas, Tennessee. I got Texas. I think this is gonna be a good game though.
Yeah,
I do think this is gonna be a good game.
I'm gonna pick Tennessee. I think
this is gonna be a good game. The Cooper girl for Tennessee, she nice. Notre Dame, TCU. I done told you Notre Dame rolling, man. They rolling.
TCU look good too.
TCU do look good, but I'm putting money on Hannah and them girls, man. Citron, Olivia Miles. I'm putting money on. Hey, Notre Dame rolling. I told y'all who I had in the Final Four anyway. Notre Dame rolling, man. Notre Dame roll. That's what I got.
They'll be upset, man. This could be a Haley Van Lith legacy game.
It could be. If she do this boosts the draft. The draft.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you go and do that in the Sweet 16? Oh yeah. But no, I got Notre Dame. You got TCU?
I'm gonna pick TCU. I'm not a firm believer in Notre Dame.
Hey,
I didn't see no.
Don't believe. It don't matter if you believe or not.
I didn't see them.
It doesn't matter if you believe or not.
They didn't fail. I didn't see.
Okay. Yeah, that's it for the March Madness. Yeah. My Final Four on the women's side is, I believe that's locked in already. You don't believe it, obviously, but I believe that's locked in already.
Who was your Final Four? Because you gave 8 teams in the Final Four.
No, my Final Four was UConn, non-negotiable. I said that. South Carolina was non-negotiable. I believe UCLA was a non-negotiable. And then it was toss-up between the other teams, but I fell on Notre Dame because I said Notre Dame. And you was like, oh, they ain't even blase. And I said, okay, I got Notre Dame. Those are my 4. I'm sticking to it. And they gonna go. And it just happens that it's gonna work out that all of them can make the Final Four. And that's why I said, I was like, as long as Notre Dame is not over there with one of them other 3, it's up for them. It's up for anybody that they play. They about to knock off TCU, Haley Van Lith, shout out to you, and then they gonna knock off Texas.
We gonna see, man. We gonna see.
Yeah,
We gonna see.
he sure is.
I didn't see Notre Dame crumble.
Yeah. Well, we gonna see. We gonna see what they do. We gonna see what they do, man. Did you see Mexico? Now I haven't seen the Mexico USA thing overall, but I saw Mexico is suing the U.S. gun manufacturer. Did you see that?
The U.S. gun manufacturing.
Yeah,
Why they suing?
because they said that is the reason for like the cartels and all the stuff that's going on in Mexico because of U.S. gun manufacturers. What do you think of that?
I mean,
just out of curiosity.
So, I mean, cause I ain't gonna say whether they is or they not. But if they is not like the U.S.
And
is just,
let me give you one more thing that they put in the suit. It's because it was the Colt the brand, the U.S. brand. They have a gun called El Jefe, and they said that they market to. So that's the suit. It's like they're marketing to the cartel because they have a gun called El Jefe, but they're suing all the U.S. gun manufacturers because the cartel uses U.S. guns. But
all right.
yeah, that was in the suit, so I just felt like I had to tell you.
The cartel using guns, that means that them guns is working, first off. But, I mean, if, I don't know, that don't make sense to me. Like, if they buy the guns, I mean, we just sold them. Why they
know
suing
if they
us?
bought them. There ain't no confirmed.
Oh, so they think the U.S. You think we just gave the cartel some
I don't
guns?
think like what. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know how they got all these guns. Like they could have bought them, for sure. They could have bought them. Like they could have just bought the guns, but it also they could have bought them through a third party. So it could have not been directly from the U.S. gun manufacturers, but and this isn't just like with Mexico, in the sense of they sue the gun manufacturers a lot because the U.S. government doesn't necessarily sue it, but it'd be like different groups that sue the gun manufacturer, and it's not necessarily to like win the lawsuit. Sometimes it'd be just to like keep them in court. Because if you keep somebody in court forever, eventually the money gonna dry up. So like, there's been some people that be like, yeah, they keep U.S. gun manufacturers in court nonstop because if you constantly have to pay all these legal fees over and over and over and over and over again, even if they don't win the lawsuit, eventually you gonna either change something or your company gonna fold. You feel me? So I don't know if that's something that Mexico is trying to do. I think they just pointing the blame, and right now they at beef or whatever that's going on. So it's like sue the gun. Like, my thing is, what does me making a gun have to do with you, daggone? As long as I'm not selling it directly to the cartel, like or anybody illegal that cannot legally own the firearm, what's the problem? I ain't do nothing wrong. Now, what happens after that? Hey, you can't hold me accountable for that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you feel me? Like,
that's why I said them guns is working, and that means they losing.
That's been going on a long time.
They try to find some answers, but they
been going on a long time.
That's kind of wild. To be real, I guess you gotta, when you got them leaders, when they ask them all the questions, I mean, shoot, you gotta get some answers somewhere.
It's the U.S. gun manufacturer. Smith and Wesson, it's your fault.
Your fault. But if they did, I believe full-handedly, them cartels gonna get guns
regardless. And so, I'm sure they're not only using U.S. guns. I'm sure they're using Russian guns. They're using using guns from everywhere. Like, it ain't just U.S.
Cause
but
know they got money. I know they got
for
money.
sure,
So
for sure,
money
money
gonna
ain't an issue. Money ain't an issue.
they gonna get it. They gonna get it
Yeah,
one way
they
or
gonna get it
another.
regardless, regardless, regardless. But yeah,
Interesting.
what else was going on with Mexico? Because like I said, I didn't catch up with it, but um, what else was going on? I know it was with the tariffs, right?
With the tariffs, and then we put. I believe we talked about the. There was. I don't know if it was an executive order or it was just an agreement between U.S. and Mexico about the. Um, like I think Mexico put part of their military at the border along with the U.S.
Yeah,
Border control,
yeah.
and they
We
supposed to be
talked about that.
cracking down on basically people bringing drugs in, drug
Yeah, yeah,
trafficking and stuff like that. So they supposed to
yeah. We
be
talked about that before. Cause that was what when the dude was telling me I love Trump. That's what I was saying. I was like they've been using it as a negotiation tool to get Mexico and Canada like to do different things. Like, and that was all I was saying. And that seems to be what's going on.
yeah.
And
It's
I and I knew that it was also like drugs because we talked about that as well. Like drugs that come from over the thing, which also ties into like the lawsuit. Like, all right, you're suing us because the cartel has guns. All right, what about all the fentanyl that comes from over here that kills all these people? And
right.
I bet you there's probably more people that die from fentanyl than there's die from the gun violence over there.
Yep.
So it's like, should we be suing y'all because of the fentanyl, or like, what's going on here?
And then it'd be, I know this is not Mexico in particular, but like the countries, these drug runners, because that's really what they are. They like the runners.
Yeah,
Like it's not like they're here when they're here being like outstanding people.
yeah,
Like they be violent, and
yeah,
if they get in a situation where the pressure starts getting to them,
yeah.
they
Because you
gonna
gotta
do it.
think like a lot of this drug, because it's not necessarily all coming from Mexico. Like it's coming from like China has like a big fentanyl thing, like, and they'll bring it over here, like, or bring it over to Mexico and then bring it through the border. So it's
Exactly.
like you're allowing all of this, which is the whole reason of a lot of this nonsense. It's I don't know, I don't know. It's some weird stuff going on. Some weird stuff. But yeah, when I saw that, I said, "You gonna sue the gun baby, right? That's crazy. That's crazy, man."
So you know how it's been some episodes where we talked about. This was when he was doing the executive orders, how he was deporting people, right? But then the countries weren't taking those people back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, where did they go? Like he got them Guantanamo Bay, like in deportation camps.
Dang.
He's shipping people overseas, their own little island in deportation camps.
That's
They
tough.
can't get them out of here. Yeah. They don't let you. They don't let them come back. And I know in them camps they is not living
No. No, no,
humane. I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing.
no. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, but it's a lot of it's spooky out there right now, man. It's spooky, spooky, spooky. Um Sheesh. Yeah, yeah. But I mean that I think we said that in the thing. They're gonna send them somewhere.
Yeah, just
Now where they gonna send them? I don't know. They gonna send them somewhere
didn't
though.
know where. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember I asked, you think they're gonna let them come back here? Be
No.
outstanding
I knew
citizens?
they wasn't gonna come back here. I knew they wasn't coming back here. No way. No way they was coming back here. Not the
Yeah.
way he was talking.
Well, I don't know. How long you think that can go before
I'm sure
somebody
there's
somewhere gonna be like,
I'm
what?
sure there's something like some laws that is in place for something like that. Like as far as like how you got to treat the people, how long you can hold them. But the
Hmm.
problem is because technically they're technically criminals. Like whether you agree with it or not, like they came here illegally. Um, they didn't go through the process or whatever. So technically, you committed a crime against the federal government. So you lose a lot of rights instantly when you do that.
Hmm.
I don't know what the international and the laws that is in place like because like there's war laws and stuff like that, which is another thing with like when I was doing like all this research was with Ukraine and Russia. Like apparently Russia just did or a couple. It was either like a couple weeks ago or so. They was doing like firing squads and stuff like that. Like
Mm.
so, there's some crazy stuff going on out there. Like
Yeah.
what I mean. But yeah, like there's supposed to be there's laws against some of this stuff. Now, how you enforce them and how they get enforced is a whole nother thing. But I'm sure there's something in place for against certain things. You know what I mean? But I can't tell you the answers. I don't know the answers. I ain't got the answers,
Mm.
man.
Now you gotta wait and find out, man. I told you you
Yeah.
was trying to blow past all this stuff. He didn't think none of this was going
Well, I still don't
fruition.
think the countries. I like my biggest thing was the country. I don't think much is going to go with these countries that we were specifically talking about, which was Canada in the U.S. and Mexico in the U.S. I don't think a whole lot is going to go on with the countries themselves. I
I
think
mean, it's. I still feel like it's too early to say because it's like all this, like the little things have to pile up, like, and they have
it's
to
going to be a
continue to
lot of
build.
piling though.
I mean, that's usually the wars start over a lot of piling, a lot of piling. They get one or two enemies link up and become
No, 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 no,
alliance,
no, no, no,
know,
no, 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 no,
and
no, no.
next thing you know,
Ain't no way they gonna become enemies.
next thing you know, you
You think
heard.
you think they're gonna be enemies? Like there's a difference between we're not on good terms and we're enemies. Like that is a big like U.S. Iran enemies, right? Which
Yeah.
we can talk about the Houthis if they is bombing the dog spit out of them over there right now. The U.S. and Iran, those was enemies, right? U.S. and Canada they just going back and forth. They ain't even enemy. They ain't even on bad terms right now. They're
I don't
just going
think
back and forth.
Canada. I don't think Canada. Canada is a friendly country. Like I don't think they're gonna be enemies
I
really
don't
with
think
anybody.
Mexico go. Man, Mexico ain't about to. Mexico
The-
is not about to
Mexico
dag.
might not directly,
They
you
ain't.
know,
They ain't about to
but
daggone
they
step that
might.
way.
Some another
They can't
country
control
can
the
make.
cartels. You think they gonna fight U.S.?
So another country come in and provide a solution for that. Next thing you know, they're in alliance with
Well, the
them.
U.S. ain't gonna allow another country to do it.
Yeah.
Before they allow somebody come over here, whether it's a China, Russia, or anybody, Iran, like anybody, they let anybody come out. They is about to. Hey, we were shutting all that down. That was the whole thing with the Cuban Missile thing years ago. That was the
Yeah.
whole thing because y'all letting who come over here and put missiles? Negative, negative, Ghost Rider. Like that, they ain't about to let that happen.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
gonna get they gonna be seeing U.S. air support coming across they daggone airways before they let anybody come up in there. You sending drugs and stuff on the border is one thing. You daggone letting somebody come in and start putting military presence down is a whole nother thing. Which is also part of the Panama Canal. They was talking about China took over the Panama Canal. You see what they trying to do with that? Hey, we ain't give that back to y'all for y'all to let China do that. Y'all go ahead. We taking that back. China, y'all move on. Which I don't like how they did that. Well, it's hard to come up with that type of money that quickly. But BlackRock, I don't know if you familiar with BlackRock, but they be doing some shady, nasty stuff, man.
What they be doing?
That's a whole nother conversation that we can have another day if you want to really have that conversation. But do your research on BlackRock. Like you can just look it up in YouTube. Like any listeners, look at BlackRock and the stuff that they do behind the scenes. Them mother suckers. Yeah. The guy that runs BlackRock, he literally called himself a god.
Mm.
So you see the type of mindset he on already.
Yeah.
And you just gave him how many shipping ports? Well, they bought it, but you just bought how many shipping ports? Like, some nasty business, man. Nasty, nasty, nasty business. Any more other international affairs you want to talk about?
No, not really, man.
I ain't got a whole lot right now.
I'm not gonna jump in on Trump. There was something. He had a meeting, but I forgot the country. I gotta look. I'm gonna talk about it next time. They made.
About what?
I feel like, this could be taken some different ways. I personally feel like they made some threats. I'm not gonna say threats, but it felt like some threats. They could be definitely perceived as threats. But it's like he entertained the idea of some warfare coming to American soil.
Who said that?
I got it was one of them foreign countries leaders, man. I gotta look.
Well, Iran had a $3 million assassin bond on his head for the last. Apparently, it's been since 2020, but they like reissued it when he ran for office again in 2024, and they was trying to assassinate him all year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I just watched a video on that, and like apparently it was a bunch of attempts. We just didn't hear about it. But that's crazy. That's insane.
That's what I'm saying, man. But folks, what they say, talk is the cheapest thing a man can do.
Yeah, it don't cost you nothing to run your mouth. Well, I guess it can cost you something. It can. There's definitely consequences behind some of the things that you say. You got anything? I got one more thing. So, Lincoln Heights in Ohio, it's this community that was it was founded as like a safe haven for like black people, right? So, apparently there was a neo-Nazi, like, I don't know if like parade or not parade, but like a neo-Nazi like group just came through, and the police was called, and like, but they weren't allowed to do anything because technically, like you said with these laws, like they can say whatever and do whatever as long as they're not inciting violence. So that got broken up or whatever. The KKK followed up and came a week later and started passing out like pamphlets and all this different type of stuff. Like, so the community, they took up in arms, and I don't know if you heard about it. Yeah. So they took up in arms and decided to police themselves. And it's like, hey,
come down here if you want to.
I ain't mad at it.
Come down here if you want to.
I respect it. And,
yeah, people posted on the corner. Car come down, they recognize. Hey, who you? They wasn't playing with them. They wasn't playing
at all.
They wasn't playing at all. Now there's a video. They wasn't even let them get to their car. They were scared to get to their cars for real. They was posted up over there.
But yeah, like, and that's why, like, we can have this conversation another day. But like the people that are so willing to give up their Second Amendment, it's like, bro, anything can happen out here in this world. Like anything. And you're going to rely on the government that you already say you don't trust in the first place to save you? No. I'm about to dig in the closet. Hey, let's ride. You feel me? Like, we going to protect our community. And that's how it should be. Like, being able to protect your people, however you seem fit. Like as long as you ain't breaking no laws or attacking anybody, all right, cool. If don't nobody come in here and do nothing shady, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Nah, yeah.
Simple as that. But if y'all
Mm-hmm.
come in and get some shady, we getting it shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
A little
So
bit
y'all,
of
y'all,
shade.
y'all determine what it's gonna be.
Exactly.
You feel me? So, but yeah, that's why I just, man,
And that's how it's great to see a community come together,
facts.
like work for a common goal, protect its people.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the men in the community. There was women out there, but like the men in the
hmm
community front line, like
Ain't having it.
we ain't even
That's why I
rolling like
like.
that.
Yeah,
So
we ain't going like that, and I like it. But people, and it's obviously it's a marketing and persuasion to get these laws and stuff. But it's like every tragedy that happens when any gun or something is involved. They say, "Oh, we gotta get rid of guns. We gotta get rid of this. We gotta get right." There was something. I think it was in like not Oregon. I don't think it was Oregon, but I think it was either Oregon or Colorado, or they were trying to ban guns um, with pretty much with removable magazines. That's 90%. Like that's pretty much all guns.
yeah,
Like you feel me? So they were trying to push that through. I don't know if it got approved or not, but like that's something that they were trying to push through. It's like you ban that, you pretty much banning majority of guns. Like so, people of that state ain't even gonna be able to get firearms. And people are agreeing to this type of stuff. Like, what are we doing? What are
yeah,
we doing?
yeah. I think it needs to be a little tougher to acquire guns, but I feel
I don't
like
even like that because the problem is who's dictating that? The government. Okay, so you allow the government to make it tougher. What does that look like? You know what I mean? Like
I mean, I don't feel like you should be able to buy a gun. You can't even buy like a pack of jewels. Like, that don't make sense to me. You
well,
can go and die. You can't even buy a beer yet. Like, I feel
well,
like there's
I
gotta be
think that
some.
I think that's a different argument. I think, but because the problem is the the Second Amendment is a right, and buying jewels and beer is a privilege. So they can take away or do away with some of that stuff. You're not supposed to be able to take away your rights. Like nobody can't dictate. You can say this, this, and this as long as you're not inciting violence. You can say you have freedom of speech to say whatever you want. Like we can sit up here and say, all right, Trump isn't doing this, this, and this right. If we left that as a privilege, the government could then come in, which we see in other countries. They can say, no, you can't say that about such and such, and you could be arrested for those types of things. And that's why we got to be careful about when we having these conversations, not to confuse things with rights and privilege.
But I
There's
don't think
a
it's
difference.
necessarily. You're not
And I
taking away the
disagree with
right.
the drinking and buying the jewels at 21 anyway. Like because we can go to war. Like
Yeah.
at 18, both of us could have signed up for the military, went to war, and died for our country. At 18 years old, and never could have been able to buy a beer.
I
I
agree.
went and used the gun then. I can use a gun to protect the country, but I can't use the gun at home. What are we talking about? Like at 17, you can technically, if you get signed off by your guardian, you can go. So, like I don't like that argument. I don't like that argument, man. I get it, but it's like
I
we
mean,
can
it's
do
different when
everything
you.
else.
Cause I feel like you join the military, you're trained. Like you're a trained professional. Like you trained to go to war. Like,
Not all of them. Like you get the basic training, but after that,
but I
they don't
mean,
be shooting their guns no more. Like
just because a lot of the conversation, really, the gun conversation comes when there's these mass shootings, especially like
yeah,
school shootings,
exactly.
and like these kids. A lot of these kids just want to do it for the hype, like this is like their legacy, like so they think they're leaving their name, like their name's gonna be known when it's left behind, like they did something, And I
And that's
mean,
part in the media, like how the way the media portrays it.
no, that is true. That is true, especially for the ones that stayed alive. I ain't gonna lie, they be protected. They be protected. You don't even know them folks be alive, get back in the community, and you don't
And
even know.
I, I, one thing, and we, I'm gonna close out for me on this subject at least today. Don't when when we having these like people gotta not have these conversations emotionally, like because once you give the government something, they're not giving it back. So once you give them, all right, we ain't gonna do this no more. You gonna have to fight a very long. You ain't gonna see the day when you get that back. More
Hmm.
than likely. So don't give up your rights just because a tragic situation happened. Tragic situations happen. People, the dude that was it was talking about the dude that ran over a whole bunch of people with his truck. Like we should we ban cars now? All the people that die in car accidents, should we just start banning people from driving cars? No, like that's not a thing. Like
You
and
talking
even the
about
other
Mardi
thing.
Gras?
No, not even just Mardi. There was another situation. In the Mardi Gras thing too. Which he eventually got out and started shooting people. But there was another situation where they were running people over with a truck. I can't remember where it is. I have to look it up. But it's all these weird situations. There was that time the dude in I think it was in the UK was stabbing, like he was just going around stabbing a bunch of people every night. Like it was people popping up. Like so, like should you ban knives? Like no, like you don't make decisions based on emotions. But the the people that want to make these changes always use that. So then you'll see it on the news nonstop for the next 3 weeks, and all you hear about is all the negatives. Boom, boom, boom. Negative after negative after negative after negative, and they try to link them all together and say this is why we need to get rid of this. But in the grand scheme of things, we got 400 million guns in this country, and you hear about how many shootings? Like, cause there's you can literally look up the data. Like most years, it's and I'm not discrediting any of it, but it's like around 40,000, and half of those are people taking their own lives with weapons. Like so, in the grand scheme of things, it's a very small number. But so you shouldn't dictate the entirety of a population based on what some people did with their own, with abusing their own rights, because obviously there's always going to be the small amount of people that abuse their rights, and then on top of it, you're not going to get rid of every single gun. You can't even get rid of all the drugs that you've been trying to get rid of, and you're not going to stop the criminals from doing criminal activity.
I don't think they really was trying to get rid of the drugs. They just police it differently. Um, but to counter your point, it is hard to leave the emotions out of it, especially when people are directly affected. Because it's more than just the people involved. Like this affects
For sure,
communities and groups and stuff like that.
for sure.
And and all you get in return is thoughts and prayers. Like
Yeah,
that. The government responds to a lot of things and make changes when they feel necessary. Like one person or one incident can spark a change, and they've shown that a lot of different in a lot of different ways, and especially with like how strict all this other stuff gets. Like you know, gun violence is a major problem in America.
it's not
Like
as major as what people make it out to be, though.
it's one of the biggest in the country.
It's based on what?
What do you mean?
the the
Based
the
on
the gun violence has pretty much outside of 2020 has been pretty much like this for decades.
but just because
Not
of
not saying it. Not saying it's been like sweet. but our per capita. So if you do it like per capita, we don't have the worst gun violence compared to some other countries.
We're
That
not
have
worried
gun
about
violence.
other countries.
But
We
you
worried
got to
about
compare it to
us.
something else. Like that. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't say
You
something
can
is
compare it to
bad.
us. You can compare
You
it to
can't.
us.
How? What can you compare it to other than the other years? So
Over
if
the
it's
years,
been like this,
exactly.
if it's been like this, how can you compare it
But
to?
that's after it's only been going up. We ain't been having no decline over these decades.
No,
It's
it
only been
hasn't. It
going
has
up.
not been going up significantly. It went up during the pandemic. Like in 2021, it had a big spike, and then it came back down and
So
leveled
you
up.
think
No, I know. Like I actually
you
know
don't
this. Like
think
we can talk about the stats and stuff another episode, but
you don't
like I
think
know this for sure.
the gap in 2020 from 1950, you don't think that's a significant gap?
Um, maybe because there's more people.
Key, it's not a maybe. Like it is a significant gap.
Like we could look up the stat, but like there's the the reason isn't because gun violence is worse. It's because there's more people. Like if you put 1,000 people in a situation versus you put 100,000 people in a situation, of course the numbers are going to increase.
So why China? Because we not the biggest. We don't got the most people. So why China don't got all these gun violence problems?
You want to live in the China dictatorship?
A lot of people do. Like a lot of people
A
live
lot
more
of
there
people
than
don't
here.
have. Yeah, a lot of people don't have choices to go anywhere.
I'm just saying.
The same way we talk about like stuff in like people will be like, oh, why don't the homeless people just leave California? Well, they can't afford to go somewhere. If they can't afford to go somewhere in their own country, what do you think people in the China Republic can do? Like everybody ain't rich over there. It's a few rich people just like over here, and they control a lot more than what they control here. So no, they can't. Yes, you got a lot of people, and you talking about a lot of people. China's population is going down rapidly. Like they're trying to get people to have more babies. They can't. They can't keep up with their population, and that's a problem that they got that's in their economy is because they're because of that one child rule that they had when their population was skyrocketing. Now they got rid of that, and they trying to give people any incentives to have more babies because they have more older people than they have younger people. So we can talk about they got more people right now, but if they don't fix something, they gonna and there's a bunch of other countries that's in the same boat as well, where they ain't having enough babies over there, and it's gonna look scary in the next few decades. But as far as their gun violence, they are a dictator. Like they ain't allowing that. Like North Korea doesn't have gun violence. Well, motherfucker, people in North Korea can't do nothing. People in China can't do nothing. Like, what are we talking about? And we don't even know what's going on in China. It ain't like we got all the information of what's going on in China. Like, so I don't think that's a good comparison. Like, they can't even talk bad about their government. We can't have the conversation that we have in China. So
I don't
we
think
want to compare it to China.
When you turn people into statistics, I just don't think you hold the true value of the person. And I think that's where I think your argument is based on numbers and statistics. You're not really truly valuing the person.
No,
Because
I value people.
you feel like 40,000 shootings a year, like
But
you
all
feel
the
like
majority
that's
over,
acceptable.
No, I don't feel like that acceptable. Don't paint that.
You said because it's steady, it's acceptable.
Can you not paint that picture of him?
That's not what you said.
That is not what I said.
40,000 a year. Them other countries got more than that. That's not even bad per capita.
No.
Per capita.
If we're having a conversation about what rights you should give up and what you shouldn't give up, and where you should base the conversation out of, we can't base it out of emotion of what you feel. Yes, I know people that have died because of gun violence. I'm not saying get rid of all guns because they died because of gun violence. You have to base it on something, and the thing that you got to base it on is numbers. There's at the end of the day, there has to be something you base it out of. the 40,000 gun deaths that they have, majority of them are suicides. They're not even somebody going out and killing them. And then another majority of that is people dying in the hood that motherfuckers that is having these conversations don't care about. If you want to actually talk about mass shootings, those is even a smaller percentage of that. It's like not even 1,000 people per year that die because of mass shooting. So if we're talking about actual numbers of what we're talking about in this conversation, school shootings and mass shootings and stuff like that, it's a couple hundred. And no, I'm not saying that doesn't matter. No, it's not. No, you can look up the stats. I'm not making this shit up.
I'm gonna look up right now. I'm gonna look up last. How many people died last year in 2024?
We can share the screen. It ain't gonna show you 2024. It's gonna probably show you 2023, but. And I'll share it with the screen. Let me see. Gun violence. Alright, I got gun violence archive. Alright, let me share my screen. This is just the first one I seen pop up. You see my screen?
No.
So, this is the gun violence archive. We can look up another one. So, deaths. That include, I guess this includes...
This is people who died by guns. Yeah. That's it. People who died by guns. So notice how all of them is in the thousands.
So 2020 went up. No, they're not. Mass shootings. 332. 2015. 330, 40, 400. Everything went up in 2020, 2021. And then it started creeping down. 2024. 503. Mass murders. And then children, these are usually when people don't store their guns properly. Teenage, which could include kids doing, in the hood and stuff. And then officer killed versus injured. Defensive gun use, which gets put in these statistics as well. Unintentional shootings. And suicide by firearm, which is the majority number of what's up here. We can look up another one. Let me see. Just the John Hopkins firearm violence.
I also feel like you make it seem like you gotta have it or you gotta don't. Like you either have the right or you don't. But like you can amend the right. And that's what I said was just gun control. You don't have to give up the right.
What gun control?
There's already gun control. There's already gun control.
Yes, there's already gun control. And what more gun control can you have that is going to stop people from doing criminal activities?
You can make it tougher.
Who is that making it tougher on? It's not making it tougher on the criminals that's getting guns. People can go on the street and get guns right now with no problem. That's not making it tougher on the people that's doing what they're supposed to do properly. It's making it tougher on me. Because I can't go get a gun easily.
I mean, if you said people can go to the street, people can go to the sporting goods store and get a gun with no problem.
No, the ability. Hold on. We're conflating two different things. Laws that get passed, the sporting goods store is going to be there regardless. Laws getting passed to make it tougher on somebody, meaning you got to go through these hoops. Like in California, it's a lot tougher to get guns than it is here. They got to go through 6 months worth of paperwork and getting it approved and doing this and doing that. They can't go and get a background check and get a gun. We can do that here. In New York, you can't go to the store and get a gun because you got to jump through different hoops, pay different fees, all this stuff, and then you gotta wait for somebody to approve it, and that might take a year or so. That's what happened. That's what we're talking about when people say gun control. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that the gun store is going to be gone now. No, the gun store is going to be there. Just the ability to get the gun is going to be different.
That's literally.
But that doesn't change anything. People die in California, and they got way stricter gun laws than North Carolina. Less people die in North Carolina than California. What's the point then? So what are we talking about now? Way more people die in New York. Way more people die in these other places. Chicago. Illinois has one of the strictest gun laws, and they can't stop people from getting guns. What are we talking about? In Texas, you can walk in the supermarket and probably buy a gun. There's way less gun violence. So the point is, gun control doesn't stop criminals from getting guns. It stops the regular everyday person that wants to protect themselves. Just like in the Ohio place, if they want to get a gun, it's going to be a lot harder for them to get a gun if you talk about gun control. That's what I'm saying. It's not making it harder on the criminals. The criminals going to get guns regardless. Look at all the places that have strict gun laws in Maryland. Maryland, right next to D.C. You don't think they got strict gun laws? Yes, they do. Way stricter than here. Way stricter than South Carolina. Way stricter than Texas. Way stricter than Florida. And they got way higher crime rate. Way higher crime rate. With guns. Does it stop the people from getting guns? No. At all. Not at all. It stops people that want to carry every single day from getting guns because it's that difficult. People talk about all the time, if you pay attention, in New York, they can't get guns because you can't get permits because the government doesn't approve. Or it takes them a year or plus to get them approved. Or it costs $1,000. People ain't got an extra $1,000 to put on top of the gun, on top of the classes that you got to take. Because in North Carolina, you got to take classes. You was talking about getting training. You got to get a concealed carry. You got to go to a class. You got to. That's what you should want. You should want training.
That is what I said though.
That is not what you said. You said control. When you start saying gun control, that is what they do, and we can see that by all the places that.
I said they need to make it. I just said they need to make it tougher. That is what.
That's not tougher.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can't just go and get a gun. You have to have certified training in order to get it. You can literally have no training and go get a gun. Yes, that is making it tougher. Now you have to get certified training to get a gun.
First of all, you don't have to get certified training. You only got.
I'm saying if you. Carry. I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
That's only for concealed carry.
That's what I'm saying. Though. If you are making to make it tougher, to make it change the gun control, make people. If you want a gun, you have to be certified to use it.
That's different. That's different than gun control. That's just saying go get training.
That is gun control.
No,
it is gun control.
It's the things that I just listed off that they're doing in all the states that say they got.
It's all under the same umbrella. It's all.
And that's the problem. It's all under the same umbrella. So when you start saying government, okay, y'all dictate what we can do, and then the government is going to say, all right, on top of getting training, you're going to have to pay all these fees. We're going to dictate when you can and can't get it, and we're going to make it a long process, and it's going to take you a year or 2 years to get your guns. That's what they're going to do because we see it in Oregon, we see it in California, we see it in New York, we see it in Maryland, we see it in Illinois, we see it in all the countries, in all the states that say they got gun control. In every single state that say they got strict gun control, they doing all the same things. So when you say gun control, that's what it means. Now you may mean training, okay, cool. Nobody that is on the side of 2A is going to say, oh yeah, you shouldn't get training. Everybody's going to tell you to go get training because you're going to look like an idiot when you... I literally told my brother-in-law because they had somebody come... they thought somebody was coming in the house and they was fumbling around with the gun. This is what they told me. They was like, they fumbling around with the gun or whatever. It was like, bro, go get some training. So I'm not against training, and nobody that actually uses guns or has guns around is going to tell you, oh yeah, don't get training. Nobody's going to say that. Everybody's going to tell you to go get training. But nobody's going to tell you, oh yeah, we should allow the government to dictate gun control. No, it's all right. You should be able to go get a gun. Now, your dumb ass better go get some training, but you should be able to go get a gun. But when you start saying gun control, we have examples. We have examples in the United States of places that have way stricter gun laws goes under gun control, like you was just saying, that goes under gun control that is nothing to do with training. It's just we're going to dictate when you can and get this gun. And that's a fact. That ain't nobody's opinion. That's what's going on. And you can go to these different. You can't even carry in certain places. If you get a gun license in North Carolina, you can't even carry in some places because of how strict their gun laws are.
I gotta get ready for work, man.
Yeah. Go get educated, people. Know your gun laws in your state. And if you don't like your gun laws, tell the people that put them in there to get out off. But I guess that's all we got for today.
Yeah, you took up all the time.
Took up the time? What are you talking about? What else were you trying to talk about?
It don't even matter. We don't got no time for it.
I'm just saying we talked about multiple subjects. We went through March Madness, went through the intros. We talked about Mexico, Canada, Ukraine, Iran, the Lincoln Heights, the people taking up arms and stuff. I felt like we hit a lot of topics.
It sound good, man. We did. I gotta go clock in.
Alright, man. That was episode 12. Boy, people gonna be on my head about this last one.
Yeah, they is. Oh, yeah, that's why they
But
think you a Trump supporter.
it's gonna be both. It's gonna be split.
I told you to institutionalize. I've been telling you that.
What's institutionalized? Because I think we have a right in gun with our guns.
Oh, you got people calling us Trump lovers, man.
You got a problem with people wanting their gun rights. Listen, man, I like my rights. Y'all can go to Canada.
They could be mad at me about Kendrick Lamar. That ain't even really important for real.
Y'all go to Canada. Y'all go to all these places that got gun control. Y'all go there. Mexico. Mexico got gun control. Y'all go there, bro. Y'all go to the other places that if y'all want your rights taken away. I like my rights. I like my freedom of speeches, my gun right. I like my right. I like all my rights, man. I like all of them. I like all of them, man. That's it, man. And but yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, man. We up out of here, man. It was your boy Kid, man. I like our conversations there. You ain't got nothing to say to the people. You ain't gonna say nothing to the people on the way out.
Hey,
man, he muted, man. We up out of here, dog. I'll see y'all next time, dog. Peace.
Why you ain't let me say nothing? Can you? All right. So mute yourself because you don't know how to. Golly. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. This is episode 12. Y'all boy, Mr.Smith. Hey, man, keep leaving us feedback. Don't even pay attention to, I know. Y'all watch it. I know. I got it. I know. He's something else. Let me tell y'all, he's something else. I know he is. This is some work to deal with, man. But I'm gonna get up here. I'm gonna talk to him, man. So y'all just keep tuning in. That's it, man. Appreciate y'all, man. It's y'all boy, Mr. Smith, outside the post, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Hold it down.